Welcome to Survivor NSFW. Johnny Fairplay. This was my favorite episode of the season.
Has
This
to
is
be.
why I love Survivor. Jason, let me just tell you this, Jason Linden. Episode 6, day 16, was the exact time frame that I went home from Survivor Caramoan. So, being a fan of Survivor and going out in a crazy fashion with a crazy advantage that Elaine had, this is kind of like bringing me back to our live event, dude, when the Godfather Carl played the Idol Nullifier on Hot Cop Dan. Johnny Fairplay, give me your first reaction of what the hell went down episode 6, Survivor Island of the Idols.
I mean, we have a new sponsor jumping on board next week, Fanium, and they've been testing the app, and they're like, give us some questions that we can ask throughout the show, and we give away prizes. And I'm like, cool. And so we've been doing a test run, and on the test run, they're just like, I was just like, guess who's going to go home this week? And the only options I listed was the Vokai tribe, and or none of the above. So then I get an email, and they're just like, hey, you only listed one tribe. Did you not, think about the other people? And I'm just like, I thought that the preview for this week was a little leading. I just, I feel I kind of know the game, and I just feel this is the direction it's going, despite, the apparent advantage of brains and brawn and everything else on this newly created Vokai tribe. And so I'm watching that challenge, and I am literally jumping up and down, screaming, rooting for Jamal and Dean to make these baskets. And I'm just like, no, I don't, I'm sure that the order of the challenges were predetermined months in advance of the season. However, if you're looking to kind of even the odds and maybe give this lesser Laro tribe a chance to win, how about it being finished with Jamal and Dean at the finish line throwing up some hoops? Just saying.
Right. Yeah.
Just saying.
Right.
So, I mean, but Aaron's got power for days. If he had honed us in on that accuracy,
Well,
it would have been a blowout. So,
Aaron is a beast.
Yeah, but Dean was a NCAA collegiate basketball player, and that is a game leveler in a challenge where you're shooting hoops.
Right. Well, all I know is I feel your pain, Mr. Linden. It's crazy that we're 6 episodes in to Survivor Island of the Idols. It flies by so quickly, Johnny. And, we watch this show as fans of Survivor, but also as players. So when we watch, it's kind of like we can relate on a level that, fans that are just fans of the show cannot relate on that level, no matter how big of a fan you are, until you're out there doing these challenges, playing this crazy game, which I still, said it a million times, is the greatest game ever created.
Have you ever played Parcheesi?
I have a long time ago.
Oh, well, see, I haven't. Like, I'm still in debate whether Parcheesi's better, just because I haven't played it. I don't know. You're probably right, but I haven't.
But so this season,
I'm not willing to go on the line and say that Survivor is definitely better than Parcheesi, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yep, it is.
Okay, I don't want anyone to like take an element of this podcast out, like isolate that and be like, Johnny Fairplay said Survivor is better than Parcheesi, and then the Parcheesi people are coming out going, what the fuck, dude? I thought we were gonna look and see, debate it. So
Right.
just all right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying that this season, leading up to it, we did the cast assessment and we're like, you know what? This is a diverse cast, right? This is not your Mactors, your super hot chicks, whatever.
There's some hot chicks.
Well, no, I know, but you know what I'm saying. It's not the typical.
There's a busted biscuit that I'm in love with right now. Busted biscuit can. Sorry.
This season this episode really turned on the heat for me. As really, and it sucks because I like the people that have gotten voted out prior. I mean, I felt really bad for people that big fans of the show that went out, and but now is where the game is really getting moving. So
this was the best episode, bar none. We saw human interaction. We learned about these players. We learned, even the bullshit Island of the Idols thing wasn't.
I liked it.
Yeah, well, no, I'm just talking about the entire.
No,
content.
I know.
Okay,
I know
but tonight wasn't one of those. Let's give Boston Rob and Sandra the spotlight. It was all Elaine going. It was just a showcase of Elaine.
Right. Oh yeah.
So I thought every bit of the episode felt in which it was done for character development. I mean, even the beginning, we learned that Aaron is willing to do anything, screw over anybody to make it further in this game. Right. Is what we think we've learned about Aaron.
Yeah, which I think, man, like that dude. Yes, we learned that Aaron is, the dude is a beast in challenges. And
dude, he looks, he's getting more shredded by the second.
He is. He's getting more shredded, and I'm less annoyed by his stupid tribal tattoo.
Well, I think it's the dirt's covering it.
It is. The dirt is covering, but man,
the tan is helping. There's a lot of things working to. We like Aaron here, and Aaron listens. So,
I've liked Aaron since before the show started.
But his tribal link, we've never liked. Nor will we.
Yeah, that's right.
We're very anti his tribal link.
But he is really wanting to play this game. He is looking, down the road of what's going to happen, votes ahead, and the dude we learned is willing to take whatever, measures it takes to get him farther in the game. Now, some of the things that we thought might happen with Aaron's voting tonight didn't really pan out the way one might think, like, is he gonna flip to the other side? But I think he made the right decision.
He did make the right decision. He made despite the pitch being given to him, he's still he's not only the lowest man on the original Vokai totem pole once he jumps over. He's also someone that is shown you can't trust.
Right. Oh yeah.
So and even if he shows his loyalty to Tommy and Jason, then once they merge, the other people are just like, well, screw you three.
Right.
And to damage them, Aaron's still a target. It's just like if we want to dissect these three that have obviously formed this new super bond on the new Vokai tribe, let's get rid of one of them. How about we get rid of, I don't know, the guy that looks like the fucking Rock? When it comes to individual fucking immunities,
right.
There's going to be a beanbag challenge. The Rock 2 doesn't win, die Rocky die.
Oh yeah. Right. Now we start off tonight's episode with crazy Nora. She's not crazy, but she's Nora.
Oh, she's crazy.
She is.
She like okay, let's say she's not crazy.
Yeah.
Turn the sound off, watch an episode of Survivor. Look at Nora's face throughout the episode. She makes many faces of many crazy people.
Oh yeah, she's the Debbie. She's the Debbie Warner of this season.
She might be crazier than Debbie.
Ah,
And you know what? I don't know what's happened, but much like a Debbie that I once, I might like Nora right now.
oh yeah, Nora's.
She's nuts.
It's yes. I mean, you got to have a Nora on the season. Having a character like Nora,
Yeah.
just like as much as people hate. I mean, the Philip Shepherds and the
Oh
people
no,
that
no.
are wacky.
Let's stop
Well,
there. I will never champion a Philip Shepard.
I'm just saying, dude.
But I will allow a Nora to exist for a couple more episodes.
Yeah, Nora is no different than Philip Shepard, in my opinion.
Because Nora's not giving people fucking names.
Yeah, aside from that, I'm just saying as far as
I can't take the name thing.
Right.
I can live with crazy.
Philip Shepard minus the giving people special agent names is a different story for you.
And I hate the name thing, and I hate him, touting the greatness of Boston Rob.
Right. So. Well, tonight I loved Boston Rob tonight's episode.
I had no problem, but I thought Boston Rob.
That dude is so well spoken, dude. I love.
Oh
no, I've never met that. I'm saying like he's witty and the shit that he says.
He makes up shit for. He's good TV. He makes up.
Is.
Sandra, I never heard Sandra snore one time on Pro Islands.
She probably does though, dude. She's older now. I mean, I snore.
Oh my God! Shots fired, Sandra. This was Matt. Not for first time ever. This was Matt. Sandra's older. She's put on some weight. That affects the lung. No. I'm translating, Matt.
But we all But anyways, Nora is wild. She's talking to Dean. We actually saw quite a bit of Dean this episode, and they're talking about voting out Jamal or Jack.
Yeah.
And then Dean goes around and tells Jamal exactly what Nora is saying.
Because she's crazy. He's just like, look, she made the pitch. It's a good pitch for me. It could have benefited my game. Only problem, she's batshit crazy.
Yeah.
So, and he even said to her, and he's just like, she's like, I gotta do it. And he's just like, yeah, the crazy is about to come out. And she's like, oh yeah. So not only is Dean aware of the crazy, Nora's aware that she's also crazy, and the smart move, if you're, I wouldn't even say a smart or strategic player. I'm just saying, if you're not crazy, don't work with crazy.
Right.
Working with crazy will never work out. Like Sugar is a great friend of mine. I love Sugar. Mm-hmm. Love her.
Yeah.
Go back and watch Gabon. Like, the only person that had her back was Ace. Yeah. And she comes back from the Sugar Shack. They're like, hey, Ace said something. Didn't check with Ace. Didn't just like, hey, I thought we were cool. Nope. I'm crazy Sugar. Let me go ahead and vote out the only person here that likes me.
Yeah. Right. You can't trust crazy people on Survivor. I mean,
you can't.
It's time.
It won't work
again.
out. But Abby Maria has got, she's what, 10% crazy, 15% crazy?
In a different way. I love her though.
I do too.
Yeah.
I love Sugar.
Yeah, I do too. I love all them girls.
Yeah, but they're all crazy. Well, they're not all crazy, but those two are.
Yeah, but Nora's definitely entertaining television, man. And then we switch over to the Vokai tribe, where Elizabeth's freaking out saying she found a tarantula in the shelter. They never showed the spider necessarily. No. It could have been a little spider. I imagine it was
or a leaf.
Big. Yeah, or a leaf. But she
is getting so I think Elizabeth's getting cute, man.
Yeah.
Like it started last week, and like it's getting, so it's that island wash that goes over you.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. So at the Vokai tribe, we start hearing people discuss drawing rocks, right? It's like, it's the age-old question. It's 4v4, and are people willing to draw rocks and go out on just a random roulette type of situation?
Would you ever draw rocks?
Man, that's a good question. That's like a Q&A question, catching me off guard like that. it's like, man, do you want to go out that way? But then you like, if you did go out that way, you'd be like, well, all of us were kind of in the same situation, and anybody could have drawn the rock that put you out of the game. But I wouldn't want to go out like that, dude.
I would
Would you?
never, ever. I would fuck over anybody before I drew a
Right.
fucking rock.
Exactly. Like, so
So
that
yeah,
situation is like, there's always, if I'm out there,
I mean,
I'm gonna either stay with true to who I want to be with, or I'm flipping or doing whatever.
well, like which got like fucking like Jason was like the low budget Rob C, which I think he's pretty comparable to Bradley at this point. I mean, maybe he's higher than Bradley. Like he's a higher quality Bradley. How about that? We'll put him right there.
I like Jason better than Bradley. And
Oh,
Jason,
Bradley sucked, but I don't really. But like Jason gave off the vibe that he might be he's strategic and he would be willing to do something shady in the game of Survivor. So I think Aaron could have made that pitch to Jason and just been like, look, we ain't flipping.
yeah,
You seem like the shadiest motherfucker here. I'm willing to take you underneath my wing and work and I think Jason would have been the guy to flip.
yeah. Well, I think. Well, we saw earlier in
And
the
I
game, Jason was shady.
think I would have been Jason.
Yeah.
If it's 4-4 and they're like, hey, Johnny Fairplay, we're not flipping. I'm like, I'm not flipping either. I'm like, psst.
Right.
What?
Right. Well, we
or
find
I'm finding Jason.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we see Jason and Aaron kind of talking, and Aaron is basically down to vote out Elaine.
Yeah.
Because Aaron's like, dude, Elaine is this super likable character that if she goes to the end of this game, she will win the game of Survivor.
I didn't catch. Maybe it was said during the premiere, and I had the big party going on. So Elaine lost her mom 3 months before Survivor.
Yes.
Did they state that in the premiere?
They could have. I don't recall.
Okay. Well, they stated it tonight.
They did.
Yeah. So you're like, you want those signs on that a winner.
Oh,
jeez, Louise.
Small town.
Yeah.
Super likable. The Nick Smith likability.
Nick Smith.
I'm not Nick Smith. He's
Jesus, Nick Wilson.
Yeah. I say
Who's Nick Smith?
My friend Nick Smith's a BMX with brain fart.
You think Nick Smith will win?
Maybe, but I think Elaine definitely is someone that Aaron having the thoughts that if Elaine goes to the end, she will win is smart on his part. Now, he had a chance to freaking make that happen tonight, and he didn't. But I think he made the right decision. You know what I mean? So we go to this reward challenge, dude.
Yeah, I like to call this because I like to find I pick just a word to describe a challenge, and I'm pretty good at this.
Yes.
So
what is
the sandbag sled slingshot target practice challenge?
I don't understand the sled part.
Was that a little wordy?
Yes, it was wordy, but I didn't really understand the whole sled track thing.
Yeah,
it just didn't really. I like these challenges though. I like a slingshot, hit the target challenge. Elaine sits out of this challenge, right? And little does she know, because she sat out, she has to go to Island of the Idols. And when she gets there, she seems pretty stoked, but not overly stoked, crying like Vince was earlier in the season.
No.
But she's like, you know what, man, I know who you guys are. You're a hero. And she's showing her Boston camo hat, and she's just a likable, just down to earth chick who's just stoked to be out there. She's looking for more Johnny Fairplay than the $1 million. Now, you and I have talked before, because for me, winning the $1 million would rule, but the title of Sole Survivor and stuff like that would be a really good title. You're like, just give me the money.
Yeah.
Right?
2003 Johnny Fairplay was all about the title. 2008 Johnny Fairplay was all about the title. 2019, $1 $1 million, motherfucker. Don't
Right.
care. Like I will assign the title of Sole Survivor to anyone that plays the game with me again.
Right.
You
Well,
can have it. I
okay.
just want the money.
Okay. Well, we might be rewinding this in a couple years.
That's fine.
But
I'll
Elaine,
give it to you. Like as long as I win, and then they're and like so we'll do the podcast. It'll be like Survivor NSFW with the sole survivor Matt Bischoff and the $1 million winner Johnny Fairplay.
so are you going to buy your torch back if you win? If you play again?
I don't give a fuck about any of that. Like I just want $1 million. I ain't even gonna. I'm gonna do like Sandra and fucking bury it in my backyard. I just want to. I want to do fucking like. I want to have like sex on my mattress. Fucking like that Robert De Niro movie or not or Robert Redford movie. And and then I want to fucking like take all that dirty money and bury it, and that's it. That's all.
There you have it, folks.
Yeah.
I love
you think
it.
I'm hoping it's not just me having the sex. I think $1 million you could have some company.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
but I tell you what,
and everyone's they're just sitting here going, oh, man, you guys have ran over 2 fucking strong Blue Chew spots, but nope, not you got to unlike Blue Chew, you got to wait for the spots.
I love it, dude. I love it.
Going back to Elaine showing up on fucking on the island of the assholes. She gets there and she's like, look at me. I'm just a fucking busted can of biscuits.
Oh yeah.
She goes, I understand why they didn't want me to play with them in the challenge. And I'm like, oh my god, busted can of biscuits. She's a pretty fucking likable busted can of biscuits. I'll tell you that.
She is. So she's at Island of the Idols, and at the challenge, Aaron was killing it. Aaron won the slingshot extravaganza and killed it.
There was another question on my deal that I had. Or actually, here I can pull up the question.
What is this, Johnny?
So on the Fanium, it's the new app. So I asked a question: will the reward challenge be as good as an Applebee's reward? And your choices were no or anything is better than Applebee's. And I was proven correct today because chickens are immensely better than Applebee's because unlike Applebee's, it's real chicken. What? No, are we?
Oh, that's funny.
I'm getting us no closer to the Applebee's sponsorship.
We're not getting Applebee's sponsorship.
Okay.
Right, cool. Vokai, dude, wins again.
Yeah.
Aaron killed it. And then, like I said, back at the Island of the Idols, first of all, I want to say Boston Rob was making an epic shelter. It's like a 2-story deal.
Yeah.
Elaine shows up.
But they have whoa. But they have immensely more supplies.
They do.
Than the fucking
And
so,
they have the time to do it. They're not having to strategize and
they don't have to compete in challenges.
No.
Yeah.
So, but he's making a badass shelter. And he basically sits down with Sandra and he says, Elaine, right now you got to make split-second decisions in Survivor.
Yeah, I mean,
so like right now is what we're going to have to do. Yeah. So he turns over like a bottle. It's like a hourglass timer. Yeah. Sand is coming out of the bottle. And he's like, you have to make a decision before this timer runs out. And the thing is, dude, is she didn't even know what the test was going to be.
Yeah. I wouldn't care either.
I wouldn't either.
You're there to play. I mean, like Boston Rob chewed up Elizabeth up one side and down the other for being so quick to accept the first offer, not even knowing there was potential for a second offer. It's like, I just thought it was a dick move. And he ridicules her. Fast forward episode 6, and you have Elaine doing the same thing, if not worse, and Boston Rob going, "Hey, gotta love the gutspa."
Right.
Or chutzpah, or
well, I mean,
I don't know.
She's like, I'm here to play this game. I want to take risks, and that's the beauty of Elaine. I think the cool thing, she's got nothing to lose, man. She's a small town country girl, factory worker, and she's obviously fine with that kind of lifestyle, right? Yeah. And so she's just like, you know what? I'm here for this experience because my mom died, and I'm looking for this thing that everyone seems to want to look for on Survivor, just kind of the adventure and the life experience and kind of finding the next step. So
Yeah.
she's just like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So I don't blame her for doing it. So what she's got to do is actually, to me, a lot easier than like Vince's
Anything at
challenge.
least, I don't think that's difficult.
I don't either, because
And especially like, now that other people have gone the island of the idols, you're gonna have that conversation, and you got someone running point for you.
right. Oh
Super
yeah,
easy. Yeah.
super
Yeah.
super. This was so she is in the best
Yeah.
spot possible
Yeah.
because the deal is if Elaine gets this advantage, she gets to block a vote at the next tribal. I don't know, or maybe a bit. Is that the next tribal or any tribal? She gets to block a vote, and if she doesn't get it,
Yeah.
she basically
She loses a vote.
right. Same
Yeah.
kind of deal.
But let's backtrack to that reward challenge.
Yeah.
So I felt it was I mean, I thought it was cool. We had the Aaron versus Jack showdown, but
Yep.
I mean, but playing for like two chickens, I felt this whole thing was kind of climactic, and just done as a backdrop, setup for Elaine to go to the island of the idols.
Yeah.
Like all this was just like, hey, look over here, so we can just create a reason to pull someone to go do what we really need to happen.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely, man. It was.
Yeah.
It was
Like that 2 chicken reward seemed like so anticlimactic after last week's like, whoa, Applebee's is sucking your dick. It's like, what? They're sucking dicks.
right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I hear you. And so the chickens, it's, I would love to have that reward. You know what I mean? But as far as just the whole challenge and the stakes and the how important it is, it just wasn't like you said. It was not.
Didn't you go to Applebee's?
Huh? No.
Who did I talk to? I talked to someone on the phone. They actually went because my Jason Powell at ProWrestling.net.
Oh, he went there.
Well, they watched the episode, and his girlfriend's like, oh my god, let's go to Applebee's. Like, when's the last time we went? He goes, forever. It fucking sucks. And she was like, well, look at it. He was like, yeah, it looks like it still sucks. And she's like, come. And so they go. He is like possibly the worst meal he's ever had in his entire fucking life.
Oh,
but it worked. It tricked them into going.
Well, I do remember having some Asian chicken wrap thing that was actually pretty good.
Okay. Well, we'll get half the sponsorship.
And on some BMX trips.
Yeah.
I know we went there one time, and like my buddies would get the 2 for 22 combo, and they just wanted to like eat 2 meals for $22.
Yeah. Well,
Karishma
kind of breaks it down, the reason that is her favorite sit down restaurant. Yeah. Well, I mean, I just read a brief little.
What'd she say?
In law school, there was an Applebee's by her law school that they would go to and have, like they do like preps for case study and stuff like that. Like that was like the spot right by the law school.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
So so it's, I think I would like to imagine it was more about the memories more so than their food.
Right.
So well, I can get behind that.
Hell yeah.
So and I'm a whore, so I would be willing to say anything. Like Johnny Fairplay's back on Survivor Legends, and it's just like Billy Shithouse. I love Billy Shithouse. Oh my god, I was talking the other day. Man, I could eat so much shit today. Oh man, I can't believe you got all the fixings on that shit. We sure do. All right, thanks, Jeff.
See, you're good at pretending about shit, man. Like if I'm not feeling something or into it, it'll be hard for me to fucking buy into it.
What about this podcast?
No, I like the podcast, but like, I just, I had someone the other day hit me up that said, we make Blackstone griddle accessories. We'd like to send you a bunch, Matt, to test out. They're specifically made for the Blackstone. I'm like, no, dude, I'm all about Blackstone, bro.
You don't want some bootleg Blackstone?
I appreciate your offer, but I'm going to decline.
Really?
Yeah. And the same.
Did you check out? Did it look good?
Yes, it was. I mean, it was. I mean, props to some barbecue companies that, there's a million of those companies, right? That make accessories. It was like stuff that magnetizes to your Blackstone and like
Oh, I'm
different
all
things like
over
that.
it. Yeah, tell him to hit up Johnny Fairplay.
Don't hit up Johnny, but yeah,
Yeah,
we know that
yeah.
they're the biggest.
I have. I mean, like, fuck. Like, I've been talking about For Him's fucking dick pills for how long? Psh, I'm all about some Blue Chew dick pills, but we're still not ready to talk about them.
Well, let's talk about it right now, Johnny
No, not
Fairplay.
yet. No, I'm not ready.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we're
no.
back at Lyro. And
Once again,
yeah,
unlike Blue Chew,
yes, unlike Blue Chew. So,
we're
dude,
we're not ready.
Jamal
Yeah,
is doing some African dance. He's kind of
some
coming out of
drumming.
his shell. Yeah, drumming and
Yeah,
dancing. And he is just kind of opening up and seeing a fun side of Jamal. And I really like Jamal, dude. I think that Jamal is extremely smart, as we saw in the past couple weeks.
here, hold on.
Now,
I have something very important. Can you keep
oh,
talking?
keep
This
talking.
is important
Yeah,
because
yeah.
this is a part of the story.
Yep, no problem. So Jamal is a dude that is not like your typical African American on the show, meaning this dude is, you know, just a strategist, he knows that he's playing a social game and he is telling this epic story. I think Jamal is someone that could go very far in this game.
Yes.
And right here, we see, some people might like this, some people might not like it. Jack makes a comment. He says the word durag
Yeah.
versus, which in defense of Jack, Jack is young. And I think about what if my kids played Survivor and they said something stupid like that? I believe that you can say something stupid out of your mouth without meaning it in a racist or negative or whatever, deal. I don't think he meant any harm in what he said. But
He wasn't attempting to be malicious.
He was not, and he
Yeah. If
realized that he
Russell
screwed
Hands
up.
had said the same thing, it would have been meant with different intent.
Right. So we see this
Yeah.
confessional.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Because I'm kind of here to help
Yeah.
people. So that you can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcast or Stitcher or Spotify or wherever you listen, or you can watch on YouTube. And we have the links for both at survivornsfw.com. But I just, for those of you watching here on YouTube, I just like to help you guys out. So we're going to be live next Wednesday night in Durham, North Carolina, the Dirty Bull Brewing Company. It's going to be myself, Bret LaBelle, Molly from the season, hi Allison, Jane Bright from Nicaragua, Zane Knight from Philippines? Anyway, it's going to be a bunch of survivors. You can get tickets at survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. That's next Wednesday, November 6th in Durham, North Carolina. It's going to be a pretty awesome time. If you go VIP, you get autographed pictures of all the survivors. You get to do the meet and greet before the viewing party and the podcast. But I'm giving away, if you're VIP, you get one of these. This is not a durag, Matt.
Yes.
This is a buff. Okay.
From buffusa.com.
Yeah. Okay. This is not a durag.
No.
This is a buff.
Yep.
This, not a durag.
Nope.
Nope.
Not
All
a
right.
durag.
This, not a durag.
Nope.
This, I could do this all night because that's how many people are going VIP.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you this, people. You should go because buffs are sweet, and Buff USA always delivers, always hooks us up on this podcast where we can give away a bunch of cool stuff. And Johnny Fairplay, we've talked about this on our Patreon side of things. If you want to see the other things that Johnny Fairplay and I do, we do an additional special podcast every single week for our patrons. You can go to patreon.com/Survivor NSFW. And this is all on survivornsfw.com as well. You can find the links to it. But you can support our podcast for as little as $1 a month, $5 a month. There's all kinds of different tiers. And with that, you can get autograph picks, you can get buffs, you can get the autograph by myself and Johnny Fairplay artwork done by, I'm going to switch it to this camera mode right there. It's right to Johnny's left, right there. It's a poster. It's the Island of the Idols theme style of Johnny and I with a bunch of people, a bunch of chicks worshiping us.
War Dog.
Ode to this season, War Dog. But that is one of the tiers at the moment. So if you like our podcast and want to hear more, we have a blast on our other podcast. We recorded last night and we have tons and tons of content.
Yeah,
Johnny
and a
Fairplay.
great stocking stuffer, that Survivor Island of the Idols poster there. If you do the $20 tier, which if you go on eBay, the poster is $20 on eBay. You can become a patron for $20. You get the poster essentially for half price. Perfect stocking stuffer for the Christmas holiday, birthdays, whatever, you name it, or even for yourself. They're autographed by me and Matt. Shipping's included, everything $20, and you become a patron for the month. Even if you're a patron, bump it up to the Idols tier for the month and get yourself the autograph poster. But no, once again, on November 6th, I will not be giving away durags. I will be giving away buffs, because buff is the perfect head garment for running, hiking, cycling, biking, fishing, and more. Whether I'm on the marathon trails or surviving a cyclone, I always have my buff. And get your buff at buffusa.com, the official sponsor of the unauthorized Survivor podcast, Survivor NSFW. So, but join me in Durham, North Carolina. Me and Bret LaBelle. How fucking crazy is it? Bret LaBelle's coming.
Bret LaBelle is awesome.
Yeah. So Durham, North Carolina. Get tickets at survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com.
So the durag comment, Jamal is bummed. He does a confessional, dude, where he's touching on how it really,
I love Jamal,
upsets him in a way. And he's not like, he's bummed, but he's not like,
he's not mad.
Yeah, he's not like, fuck Jack. You know what I mean?
No.
He realizes that Jack really didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah. And the do-rag is representative of the negative connotations of the black man that Jamal, it appears, works hard to show the exact obvious. I mean, I thought Jamal came off amazing. Like something that could have turned into a really hypersensitive situation on the tribe. I thought Jamal addressed, diffused, and honestly, educated, people out there that might not once again, Jack didn't feel that he didn't mean it as an offensive comment.
Right.
But it was.
Well, and I can tell you
to Jamal,
yes,
and to many others. I've never called a buff a do-rag, and I wouldn't call a buff a do-rag.
No. So here's the thing, though. Jack apologizes to Jamal.
Yeah.
Jamal gets emotional at the apology, and they show them talking at night, and it just, dude, they had a beautiful conversation, and I was like, these dudes are going to be friends for life.
Yeah.
It
was that moment. Yeah.
It was a moment. And the thing is, if Jamal gets voted out tomorrow, I guarantee you one of the most memorable things of the season is going to be some of that real human stuff that goes on during the game of Survivor. Like when we've seen Zeke and different things that have gone on in the past, you remember certain things from a season. And I think that what went down the night between Jack and Jamal was beautiful storytelling. And I think it's going to be something that we will remember this season by.
Yeah. And there's a reason that this was our favorite episode this season as well, because of moments like that.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Those emotional interplays between two characters that you actually care about because you're given a reason to care about them.
Right. But Jamal is becoming like not so much Jack for me, as far as like, wow, I'm really rooting for this person. But man, Jamal, we're really, Aaron had a lot of strong confessionals and gameplay and challenge beast kind of things. Now, who's to say how far Jamal or Aaron will go? But we see a lot from Elaine. We see Elizabeth, not so much Missy. We saw zero of Janet, Karishma.
Yeah.
But I like this episode and the fact that
Even
we're really,
Kelly's
oh yeah, I got that.
airtime went down
Oh
tonight.
yeah,
But I think that all picks up again next week.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. So to wrap up the whole durag thing, in my opinion, I loved how it played out, but I don't think Jack ever meant it to be really bad. I mean, to
No,
me,
and I think it made the bond between them even stronger. So I think it
and don't
worked
you
out.
think it's going to be a deal like that? They'll be friends for life.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So and that's it. I don't think, I think people, I mean, God, fucking Mitchell posted a picture on Facebook from like 7 years ago, and he was at some of, and he was wearing a do-rag.
Yeah.
So who else? There's been some white survivors that have rocked do-rags for some reason.
Yeah. Well,
I've never like, as I'm a buff guy.
right.
So
Well, a buff and a do-rag don't look that much different. I mean, you can wear a buff that looks like a do-rag, but
ooh, yeah, don't do that one.
right.
Yep.
So we see a clip of Elaine and Elizabeth basically saying, dude, this is we finally see basically Elizabeth and Elaine both saying, oh yeah, we both were at Island of the Idols, and
Yeah.
Boston Rob and Sandra. That
Yeah, well, who'd you see? Like Elizabeth's wondering if there's other fucking survivors there waiting to talk. I'm just like, oh my God, I wish.
Right. But they know that
I like your thinking, Elizabeth.
right.
Fucking Elaine comes back, is like, this is Johnny Fairplay and Matt Bischoff. She's like, oh well, you did better than me. I got fucking Boston Rob and Sandra.
Right. Oh yeah. So we know that it is going to be hard to get this reward or this clue at this challenge coming up. But what else is also hard, Johnny Fairplay?
You're attempting to get me to go that Blue Chew spot that I'm still not quite ready for, Matt.
Ready? Damn.
Unlike Blue Chew.
Trying to lead you in. Damn it, man. This is like a fun game. This is a fun game. I'm excited to see how this rolls. This is like playing the game of Survivor. So we go to this immunity challenge, right?
Yep.
And this is pretty cool. There's a cage. You have to dig under the sand and get everyone into this cage.
Yeah, that's much like the Outcast Twist challenge on Pearl Islands.
And then you lift the cage up and walk it.
And I honestly thought that this would be the downfall. The client, the digging under the cage would be the downfall of the Vokai tribe. Maybe because Dan's kind of a bigger guy, but nope, they had no problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I did love Jason being the opportunist that he is. Like you see everyone digging, and he's like watching people dig. And he's like, all right.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like that's a Johnny Fairplay move right there. It's like, you guys are digging great. I'm just gonna slide on in there when you're done digging.
Oh, dude. So everyone that is watching tonight's episode is basically only waiting for one moment and one moment only.
Yes.
And that is Elaine going to be able to reach under and grab this deal underneath the wooden thing while the challenge is going on? She grabs it and she puts it in her ass crack in the back of her spandex, and then it freaking falls out, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, is she just gonna? They made it kind of suspenseful because I'm like watching the TV, like, is she gonna loot? Like, is she gonna just go on with the challenge and not grab it? But she grabs it and
shoves it down the front.
Yeah,
she almost lost it again because she tucked it in with her shirt, and when her shirt's coming up, it's gonna pull it. I'm like, oh my God, do you not understand how this works?
Right.
So, I was screaming. So no, it was a nail biter. It was really cool. Like, Lauren, oblivious, but she's paying attention to, I guess the actual channel. I feel like I would be cognizant of shit going on, but I guess not. You're just rooting on the moment.
That's it. Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, in the moment of Survivor challenges, like, I
Yeah.
wasn't,
Probably more hoorah than
well,
what the fuck's everybody doing?
but I tell you what, though, now 2019 Survivor
Yeah.
is, you know, if someone's play like if you and I are playing now and we're at a challenge, every challenge we're doing, we're looking for if someone's doing something like Elaine was doing.
Well, I'm looking at individual actions so that just in case my tribe loses, it's like, well, hey, during that challenge, I was watching so and so, they weren't doing shit. Like Jason,
Yeah.
y'all are digging. He's like, all right, dig.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. So
Maybe she had watched it out. She's like, all right, I got it. Like, if I really need to fucking turn on somebody, this motherfucker won't digging. So
right.
I can stop paying attention.
So Elaine gets it, and then Lyra is sucking, and you're like, "Oh, dude, they're gonna lose
Yeah, so it doesn't
again."
matter. This is anticlimactic because they're not even going to go to fucking tribal. So
Yeah,
that leads me, and Piper's like, I always root on the purple tribe, but for tonight, I'm going to root on the orange tribe.
yeah, that's awesome, man. And Aaron was killing it, but do you know
Yeah,
what? Lyra comes back
yeah.
and wins. Dean shows
The
his
NCAA Division One basketball. I mean, as I said, like I'm sure, whatever, but I'm glad that challenge happened when it did, and I'm
yeah,
glad that Dean, like if I think it all. I think the Survivor gods intervened and for the good of our viewing.
right. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
So
It was great.
yeah. So we hear Elaine go. Little old KY comes through for her tribe. Speaking of KY.
Oh yeah.
You might need a little KY if you take a little blue chew there, Matt Bischoff.
Okay.
Remember when you were always ready to go? Come on, let's talk about sex, the good days. Well, now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. That's bluechew.com. That's blue like the color blue. And Blue Chew brings you the first chewable with the same FDA approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so you know they work.
Right on, dude. Yeah, you got to have a little Kentucky jelly when you got the Blue Chew Johnny Fairplay, and you don't have to be embarrassed at all because it comes literally in the mail in discreet packaging. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying?
Oh yeah. No, this is, dude. This is there. It's prescribed online. It's
Right.
shipped straight to your house. Discreet packaging. No in-person doctor's visit. No waiting at the pharmacy, and no awkwardness. Dude, you can take these anytime, day or night, full stomach, empty stomach. But since they're chewable, they work up to twice as fast as a pill, so you can be ready when an opportunity arises. And so will your super hard dick, Matt.
That is now Johnny Fairplay for our listeners out there that
Yeah.
want this experience of a lifetime with the Blue Chew.
Yeah.
First of all, it's free. You
Yeah.
just got to pay how much for shipping, Johnny Fairplay?
$5 ship. I feel like the Subway man right now. I'm
Yeah,
giving out $5 footlongs.
right.
You
Well,
know,
dude,
these are
$5 is nothing.
yeah, free super hard dicks. That's right. Hashtag super hard dicks for free. $5 shipping. Bam. Go to bluechew.com and get your first shipment free when you use the special promo code Survivor. That's bluechew.com, BLUECHEW.com, promo code Survivor. Please, dear God, tell me you can spell Survivor. If you can't, it's SURVIVOR. Try it for free. Blue Chew is the better, cheaper, faster choice. And we thank them for sponsoring the podcast because they give us super hard dicks. You know how I know this works, Matt Bischoff?
Because right now your desk is like hovering above the ground from your wiener.
It could be. So no, I try not to take a Blue Chew before we do the podcast. But Friday night I was at a Halloween party. Me and the girlfriend, we were dressed up as Steve and Robin from Stranger Things. We did the Scoops Ahoy outfit, and we unofficially won second place for the best couple costume.
Cool.
And so it's about 10:30 at night. I'm a little discouraged because we didn't win best couple. The Colonel and a chicken won best couple. And it was a really good costume, to be honest with you.
Right.
And so I was just like, baby, I'm sorry. Sorry we didn't win. And she goes, put this in your mouth. And I'm like, whoa, what is this? And I look, and it's a Blue Chew. So I'm actually in a race with my car versus my penis to see who can get there first. The Blue Chew won, and I live 3 miles from the bar.
Oh man.
So I get home. So from 11:40 at night until 3 a.m., guess who's there with me?
Who?
The girlfriend and the Blue Chew. And I'm sitting there with the hashtag super hard dick. So go to bluechew.com, use promo code survivor. You will not be disappointed. I was disappointed I didn't win first place. Shoot, I won life on Friday night thanks to Blue Chew.
Well, hell yes.
There you go.
So that is awesome, Johnny. I'm glad, man. You should have won first, maybe, but second place is still good, right?
It's pretty good. But hey, go to bluechew.com. I'm glad I saved that for everybody. But use promo code survivor and please, for the love of God, send Matt pictures of your super hard dick. So hard a cat can't scratch it. Send your pics. He's at Matt Bischoff on Twitter. Slip into his DMs or just add him and do the hashtag super hard dicks and show Matt what your super hard dick looks like. He'd appreciate it.
Oh God, I'm just gonna send him right back to fair play. The fair play. Dude, Vokai loses. Elaine is kind of, she's knows that, this is a big tribal council coming up.
Yeah. And she has the power. It's what to do now. So she tells Elizabeth and Elizabeth's like, we need to share this with Aaron so he feels secure. And they bring Missy into the fold. And could Missy and Elizabeth be any worse liars? Because Lauren has her bullshit detector going, and that is countered by the worst awkward reply of nothing and then no, and then Lauren going, I'm good with that.
Right. Oh yeah. I hear you. I felt that same way, man. And Aaron, he's not, down with this whole plan that Elaine and Elizabeth have and Missy.
He was the low man on that totem pole, but I think low man on the totem pole is better than low man on the totem pole that you don't know, and to get the label of liar, turncoat, Benedict Arnold, I don't think helps your cause, especially going into a merge.
So I see, I have a note here that, I remember like Lauren is kind of like, Elaine's not strategic. Like Elaine.
Yeah. See that's what's so beautiful. Like that the America's perception of that Southern accent time after time continues to bite the rest of them in the ass. You look at Nick Wilson, you look at Donathan, and now you look at Elaine. It's just like, Big Tom.
Yep.
These are smart individuals, and don't let that accent fool you. I mean, there's wrestlers over time that, didn't get to be just like, oh, they sound too Southern. It's just like, motherfucker, they can add too.
Well, yeah, 100%, dude. And, we see a clip also of Dan.
Oh yeah. Chicken bags, Dan.
Yeah, like that kind of annoys me a little bit. I mean,
people do it. People do it. I will, if I were to go back and I go home, if an idol's sitting there right beside my face and it's in a bag that I didn't check, like I will have people go, you fucking idiot. People check bags.
Right.
Just be that guy. I'm just not that guy.
Yeah, but people I don't blame, Dan, if you're listening to this, I don't blame you for doing it. But, and I'm wondering like how obvious it obviously looked obvious in the.
It looks super fucking obvious.
But it probably wasn't as It
I
probably
think
wasn't
it was super
obvious.
fucking. I think that's just the thing. I think 2019 Survivor's different, and there's no like. It's just like, hey, if you're dumb enough to put in that bag, I'm allowed to fucking look.
Right, right. So we go
So.
to tribal council, dude, and this is the best tribal council of the
Ooh,
season.
ooh. Did you have your donuts?
No,
Oh, I didn't need. And who? Where did that come from?
I don't know.
That
I
was
heard the
so.
same.
Was that weird?
Yeah, I heard the same. So explain.
Yeah, so Jeff goes, is like, just imagine, sitting there on Survivor night and watching this big exciting tribal council 4-on-4 and you have your donut in your hand. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't. Donuts are like Sunday morning when I go to the freaking like
Yeah.
badass Pops Donuts shop and
Like
get
popcorn?
yeah popcorn or pretzels or
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah,
I
donuts
didn't
is
get the
on.
donut. Like,
I didn't. Maybe it's. I don't know. I don't know. But
oh my God. Do we have a new shirt, Survivor Donuts?
no, no one will buy it.
You don't think anybody else but maybe.
No. Well, maybe.
Hit me
I
up
don't
on
know.
social media. Should I make a Survivor Donuts?
Well,
I mean, honestly, it sounds so horrible. It's good.
yes, you're exactly right. That is true. That is true. We got
Okay.
4 original Lyra, 4
Yeah.
original Vokai.
Yeah.
Elaine reads the advantage that she got in
Yeah.
at tribal. Everyone's mouth is dropping. It's like, holy crap, it becomes this live tribal, which sometimes I like that, sometimes I don't, but I thought it was a fun tribal. I thought that
I think it was half live, because I think the Lyros.
Rennie says I'll buy it, the
There,
t-shirt.
yeah. See, Rennie lies.
But yeah, so it's a live tribal, and you kind of it's like, wow, man, like what is going to happen? But I
Yeah.
really did not think that Elaine was going to go home. In my heart of hearts,
No,
and
no. I mean,
especially
it just wasn't. It wasn't the. I mean, I didn't think it was the right move. Being a self-professed strategist of the game, and you had 2 of the best of all time with Boston Rob and Sandra going, don't make that move. Like, that's a
right.
stupid move.
Oh yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean, like, if we feel that way, we probably feel that way for a reason, not
Oh, yeah.
because Aaron knows better than us. I don't think he does.
Right.
I think Aaron knows the same as us and made the right move that we would have made in that situation. So,
Right.
but I did I took away from all this as Jason was marked as the strategic target with the Lane's block a vote, and like, I think he can take that as a compliment that like of like, I think Tommy, on paper, I feel like Tommy is the most dangerous person on that tribe, other than Elaine.
Mhm.
And for Elaine to think Jason was, I think is a huge kudos. But I liked when it was time for the vote, and Jason looks over at Aaron and tries to get the pound, and
Yeah.
Aaron just gave him the shut the fuck up shrug, like, like, this is before the vote. He's just like, dude, I'm not gonna fucking show my fucking hand, even if I am fucking voting with you, then I'm
Right.
fucking voting with you.
Right.
Because my people can be like, whoa, hold up a second. Aaron's like, fuck, let's just fucking get rid of Aaron. He's a fucking turncoat,
Oh
So
yeah.
and Jason's like hardcore looking for that pound, and Aaron's like, hell no.
I know. And the thing is, people at this tribal were willing to draw rocks. You know what I'm saying? It's like people were like, "I'll draw
That's
a
what they
rock."
said.
Yeah, and then we see, people were getting like very emotional, and I thought it was a cool tribal. I
Yeah.
thought it was a great episode. I think a lot of character development, a lot of cool human things went down. And I thought the Boston Rob and Sandra clips were not overused. I
No,
thought at tribal
I thought they were
council
great.
there was some funny banter, and I really think, dude, that it would be fun to be in their shoes, to
Yeah.
be able to watch the game unfold is like really cool. So I'm
I would want my little secret hut thing. I would love to have one of those at the challenges too.
yeah, that would be
But,
fun.
they don't.
Right, 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 right on, man. Well, Johnny, best episode of the season, episode 6. in the books. Halloween is tomorrow night, and it's going to be super fun. But like I said, everybody, if you're a fan of our podcast and you think someone else might enjoy our podcast, spread the word about Survivor NSFW on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the stuff you use for social media. Your support means the world to us. And next week, Johnny Fairplay, where are you going to be once again, and how can you get tickets for it?
Sure. November 6th, I'll be at Dirty Bull Brewing Company in Durham, North Carolina. I'll be joined by Bret LaBelle, Molly from this season, Dr. Allison from David vs. Goliath, Jane Bright from Nicaragua, and maybe even Zane Knight from Survivor Philippines. Get your tickets now at survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. It's $25 general admission, $75 VIP. The VIP gets you meet and greet, preferred seating, autograph pictures with all the survivors, and a survivor buff. It's going to be a really fun time. That's next Wednesday, November 6th, Durham, North Carolina. Get your tickets at survivortix.com. That's survivortix.com. And as always, the best way to support the Survivor podcast is to become a patron. Go to patreon.com/SurvivorNSFW. Try the Idol tier for 1 month and get yourself an a Survivor NSFW Idols poster autographed by myself and Matt Bischoff, illustrated by Eric the Ice Cream Scooper. It's a really cool poster, a really great stocking, possibly the best Survivor stocking stuffer I've ever seen in my entire life. It rolls up real nice. You get free shipping on that. That's $20 to become a patron and get that poster delivered to your house. It's a really cool deal. So go to patreon.com/SurvivorNSFW. Try the Patreon for 1 month. You get our weekly Survivor Q&A, and it's a really cool deal. You get invited to the secret Survivor NSFW Patreon Facebook group and more. We have the Castaway Watch Along and some other features, our top 10 nicest, top 10 whatever list. We have some really cool stuff going on the Patreon. Try it for 1 month. And I can't wait to join you guys live in Durham, North Carolina next week. That's survivortix.com. And Matt Bischoff, you'll be talking to us there from Cincinnati. Can't wait. It's going to be a really cool deal.
I can't wait. And we will see you guys next week on another episode of Survivor NSFW. Cheers, everybody, and good night.
Woo!
Oh, yeah.